It is a beautiful sunny day here at Daytona International Speedway as a first look of the Season 7, yes, Season 7 NRSL Outback Xfinity Series here. We got about 18 cars in the field, and Kyle Keith is with us once again. And I'll tell you what, our first look at the Xfinity drivers, Kyle, I'm telling you what, even though there's only 18 people, I got to say, this is a rather interesting field from what it's looking like so far.
Oh, yeah, boy. Yeah, Xfinity. Let's do it. Xfinity Outback. Yeah, I know. I'm really hyped for this season with the new mod. Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
Oh, yes. NXS 17 takes over for NXS 15. Now, there will be a couple other drivers that eventually will get in to the series, and we still have a little bit of openings left over. But as you see, for right now, this is confirmed at least 18 drivers that are going to be in the field. So the practice session will be 25 minutes rather than the 35 minutes of the Cup Series that goes around. So let's get on down to the track and showcase who is in there so far. We're going to go to the drivers that are out there on the track. And the first one I seen out there is the 26 of William Brock. And give me a second. Let me move this over here.
Let's say get out of that.
There.
Yeah.
But anyways, William Brock in car number 26, a brand new team. William Brock Motorsports has formed here. Now, William Brock, I forgot to put the little R on there, which I will fix before the next testing session here because Baranskis is the veteran of the team. William Brock is going to be making his NRSL debut in this series, and I believe, is he in the truck series there, Kyle, to confirm?
I know his team is. I'll have to double check on him being in it, but I know his team is.
Yes, but nonetheless, this is a brand new team that got formed in the NRSL, a four-car team. Right now, they have William Brock in the 26 in this one here, as all four of the team cars are in this field, as well with all the second Keith cars as well. William Brock, he's had plenty of experience outside of here, including in the NSCRA, and we are looking forward to see what William Brock can do. However, his secondary driver, Andras Baranskis, the Latvian driver, I can tell you what, though, she's got to be feeling more excited. Right behind William Brock is R.J. Bishop in the 98. Now, R.J. Bishop is a 98 down this season. Basically moved over both Xfinity and Cup to the 98 team. However, I believe both, yes, it is both, he has a Toyota in there. Now, in this one here, he's got the Transformers car that he'll be running throughout the season, and then the throwback car is to be determined, but R.J. Bishop in a very nice-looking paint scheme to commemorate the Transformers movie coming on out there. And I'll tell you what, that's a very nice, stylish scheme right there. Holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
Megatron would be proud. Right behind is William Flickinger. That's the brother of Zach Flickinger, keep in mind. Now, William, here's the weird thing about William. He's been a part of the special races and has been a part of the NSRA T-Mobile Cup Series in the past previous seasons. He has never been a part of any NRSL races until this season. So this is going to be interesting to see. Now, Flickinger has got a two-car team with Zach Flickinger moving over from Sega Keith in the Xfinity to the his own team. However, Cuppy is still part of the Sega Keith Motorsports team. But William Flickinger, which is a brand new number also in Xfinity, number 96 in the Exalted Dodge. We will see what William Flickinger can do. And nonetheless, though, plenty of expectations right there. And coming on through, you just seen in the number 24, another Dodge. That's Kyle Keith right there. Now, that's the owner of Sega Keith Motorsports right there. Now, Kyle Keith, that hard enough to believe that Zach Flickinger's left the team. They've had a whole bunch of changes going on around with shaking up with the roster and all that, including Kate Anderson and John Art not being on the team and just, a brand new rookie being Craig William Carter, which we'll get to momentarily. But I got to ask you, though, Kyle, because this is from me to you. Your home camp here is here at Daytona. What are you looking forward to with Season 7?
I'm just looking at the same old, same old. When we made the roster change, oh, God, William, don't do that. We made the roster change. I mean, John Art was moving to Cup. We wanted Flickinger to move to Cup. See, he wanted to make his own team, but stay with Dodge. So I was like, yeah, go ahead, do it. That's fine. So he went out and did his own thing, but he's still sticking with Dodge, which is nice to see. Craig William Carter, he's always been a huge fan of the team. So I was like, you want to ride? He's like, yeah. I said, here's your ride. Go ahead and drive the car. So, yeah, it's a different balance, having Kate Anderson on board along with Kyle Keith as the two mentors for the young guns, like Ace Rogers also jumping in. It's just different, and it's good to switch it around every once in a while.
So we'll see what the team can do right there. The 24 is currently third fastest on the board. And there's the 33, Joshua Sokoli. Now, here's the weird thing about William Brock Motorsports. The 29 to 33, they announced about William Brock and Andres Baranskis, but they didn't know who was going to drive the 29 to 33. No one knew. Not one person knew. Hell, not even William Brock even knew. So eventually, they grabbed Joshua Sokoli, which you can see right here in the 33, in the, let me see what that is real quick. I think that's a Southern Company. Yes, that is. Just want to be sure on the wording there because there's a little light there. But Southern Company Chevrolet there for the team. I'll tell you what, though, Sokoli, he drove the 10 last season. Didn't really have a good season and just was involved in a lot of crashes. However, the ironic part was Paul Lambert, who drove the car 2 seasons ago, managed to make it into the championship battle. Sokoli tried last season, didn't have the momentum. Now, being aboard a Chevy this season, we'll see if anything changes with the team currently 15th on the board. Last lap was his fastest. And there's Ace Rogers, one of the other newcomers for Sega Keith Motorsports. Now, Ace Rogers was a part of the team driving the 048. Well, not for the Sega Keith Motorsports, but driving the 048 because there's two 48s. Now, because Matt Dixon isn't a part of the field and all, Ace Rogers now in the 19 for the team, driving Zach Flickinger's old number right there. And bringing along Mountain Dew, which has been a big sponsor for Zach Rogers, but for his secondary driver and brother Ace, this is going to be interesting to see right here. Now, currently he's by himself, but Kyle, interesting move there to bring Ace Rogers to Sega Keith. What was the decision behind that one there?
He did pretty good in the 048. I mean, there was no question about when we moved Zach up the Cup full time, which he wanted to do in his own team. That left the spot open, and Zach came over to me and said, "Hey, younger brother, he's got a itching to drive a Dodge for a good team. Do you think he can do that?" I said, "Well, we have a lot of movement going on. Let's fit him in." So they brought Mountain Dew aboard, which gave him the spot automatically. So, yeah, that's pretty much the story behind that.
So, big sponsor really helps out for sure. We'll see how Ace will do this season, though. A little bit of pressure, but nonetheless, anything can happen. And this is going to be a great sight right here. Kate Anderson, one of the other cars for Sega, making a big return, and I mean huge. Can we get a Donald Trump huge real quick? Huge.
It's huge. It's huge.
Anyways, Kate Anderson. Now, this is the crazy thing about Anderson. When was the last time she was aboard of Xfinity? How about when she won the championship in season 4? Since then, she has made no starts in Xfinity and no other actual starts in any other NRSL series, let alone any NR series. Mm-hmm. Due to the pregnancy that happened and just not being, not to return as the champion and all that. And just a huge wave was going to happen because eventually she had to get a ride. You know it. And as much as anyone's concerned, she was eventually going to get one way or another.
Yep.
Now, here's the other thing, too. She drove the 24 that last season that she was in a Toyota. Now she's over in the 42, kind of switching the numbers up, and in a Dodge. So a little bit of pressure, but I got to ask you, is this going to be the time where we see Anderson make a huge return, or is it going to be a flop?
Well, I mean, she's got the skill. She's got the determination to get it done. Just changing manufacturers and numbers is a little hard to get used to. But I mean, when you're inside the car, you don't know what it is. All you see is a window and a car in front of you. So
exactly,
she should fit in right into the mix. It's good to see her back though,
yes.
And with good sponsors and a good number. So it's always good to see new faces and old faces like a past champion.
Yeah, they were grateful to see Anderson return. A good welcome reception in the garage area too. So great to see that right there. And another car in Sega Keith Motorsports, Brett Pritchard.
Jesus, just get them all done early.
Wow, goodness me. Wow, what are the odds of that happening?
I don't know.
Cars just like that, snap of a finger. Anyways, Brett Pritchard moving over to the 3 in Sega Keith. Now he drove the 43 last season, did really, really good in the regular season. However, when it came to chase time, man, he just fell apart. Him and Jessica Shullum both struggled big time right there, and they just could not get that momentum. Now, Pritchard had the chance to talk to NRSL Race Up early on, and he said, quote, that even though last season was a good season, however, we just weren't able to capitalize, just not getting our way. We just weren't able to get lucky and couldn't capitalize from them except for one race. After that, it was just a bad time to be in the chase. However, it was a great learning experience, though, and hopefully we could bounce back from that horrible chase rut and actually be in a battle for a championship this season. So we'll see what Pritchard can do running the 3 in both series. In this one here for Xfinity, he is running the Wrangler colors, a similar run to the Dale Jr. in 2011 at Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
And in front of him, Seth Cole in the M&M's Pirates of the Caribbean Chevrolet right there for Seth Cole Motorsports right there. Now, even though Seth Cole runs Tweenex in the Cup, however, he just wanted to make it as a solo car team for Xfinity, so it's just Seth Cole Baker Motorsports. Excuse me, my apologies there, just the way I was pronounced there. But Seth Cole running the 55. Interesting look right there. Seth Cole came on over, mentioned how he's very excited with the new mod and able to change up what was going on. Last season, he drove the 60 in a Ford. Now he's back in a Chevrolet where he has normally been in, and with his normal sponsors of Pirates of the Caribbean, M&M's, Netflix. It's just, what can I say? That's just simple Seth Cole right there. So, no, Netflix and chill.
Yeah, I was literally about to say.
I knew you were going to do it. But Seth Cole, though, currently 5th on the board. Not a bad start so far in the first testing session for him. And there he is, Craig William Carter. Now, here's the weird thing. If you notice the name right there, right over here, William Carter has a space technically, and trying to fit the rookie thing on there, that was a pain in the butt. But this is the longest name we've ever had in the actual last name and actually fit it. Yeah. So, fun fact, currently he's 2nd on the board, which is actually not too bad. Now, fun fact about Craig William Carter, he's never made any NR start before. So this will be not only just his first start in the NRSL, but his first NR start ever in his career. And I bet you that's got to be very nerve-wracking. And Kyle, I mean, we've both been through that road, but tell me, how was your road when you did your first ever start?
Oh, that was all the way back in the Nura days, buddy, at Homestead. I remember it well because I was always fascinated with how NR was like this little computer game, with NASCARs and fake people inside the cars. I'm like, whoa! I was 13 at times, so I was like freaking all over the place. And then I talked to them over at Nura. I said, "Can I get in here?" They're like, "Yeah." So I started at Homestead in the same paint scheme he's in right now. So that's always it's always been a paint scheme that I've loved, and it's always meant something to me because that was the first ever car that I've ever been in or started with in offline. So I always carried it around. We saw it last year at Homestead in the Cup Series, but I didn't want to run it this season. So I said, "Craig, got Napa, you got this paint scheme, is that fine?" He said, "Yeah." So he's in the car, in the 28 car.
Now, I bet you that's got to be one of the most nervous drivers when we head into the first race of the season right there. Your first ever start, and let alone just, the pressure, not only just your first NRSL race, but the first ever race you're ever going to be in, you could make a future just like that. So we'll see for William Carter. Like I said, 2nd currently on the board. We'll find out later who's the fastest in just a minute. Correct. This is part of the brand new team that's being formed. That's Chandler Caudill in the 83 for Gardner Motorsports with TPI there, or excuse me, DPI. My apologies there, DPI. Yep. Dog Pound Incorporated there. Chandler Caudill, though, he's going to be making his first start in the Xfinity Series. In the Xfinity Series, the team only has 2 cars, the 83 and the 7. Now, the 83, this will also be the first start on the channel, and if my memory serves me correctly, he's also started in the NSCRA in the, I want to say the Tax Slayer Truck Series. It's either that or the Pizza X Series. One of the two. Nonetheless, though, Chandler Caudill also in a Napa scheme, and it's going to be interesting to see what Caudill can do. And I just realized, too, if you look carefully, the Napa's kind of misplaced. Oops. So, anyways, not to go after paint schemes at all, but Caudill, though, it's going to be interesting to see what he can do, though. Interesting rookie with an interesting promise. Now, Kyle, I know you've already seen it. Zach Flickinger, your former teammate right there, and still carrying Brandt. Now, Flickinger forming his team. We mentioned about William. Here's Zach running the Brandt 88 Appreciation with, if you notice very carefully, on the front of the hood, there is a Chicago Cubs logo on there, because you know what? That's what happens when you're in Illinois.
Take me out to the ball.
Anyways, Zach Flickinger, though, currently 14th on the board. Him and William not having the fastest of speeds yet, but I'm telling you, though, Flickinger, he still can run the car pretty well. It's just he's got to learn how to avoid the wrecks. And half the time, man, he just cannot catch a break and just gets involved in so many wrecks. But I'm liking this scheme so far. Very promising so far.
Yeah, he's in last year's chassis and this year's engine, so he might be a little bit slower, but it's all free. I gave it all to him free, so he better be running all right.
Oh, here we go. We got a small kind of pack. That's Ember Ross in the 18, just to name the drivers here. Connor Meyer, Andres Baranskis, and Shane Lake. So let's go to Ember Ross real quick. Ember Ross, a part of the 18, running the pedigree colors. Kind of similar to the Kyle Busch scheme in Cup back in the days there. But Ember Ross, who's currently the fastest right now. So Yoda's showing their good speed right now. Ember Ross there so far, which is Angel Navarro's secondary driver, is in the NSRA T-Mobile Cup Series, making her rookie start there, and will be making her NRSL debut in the Trucks, Xfinity, and the Cup Series, a trifecta. Now, I don't think there's many drivers that are in all three series, but which actually confirming here, but at least for the moment that is confirmed in the series, this is one of the two drivers, I want to say two or three drivers that are in all three series. So give credit to due for Ross, though. At least we'll be running like Kyle Busch. So what are the odds of that? And on the high line in the Tabasco Toyota, Connor Meyer.
Spicy!
I'm ready for a spicy meme when he crashes it too. But anyways, Connor Meyer, currently 8th on the board right now. A new look, interesting though. Kind of a different look, I guess you could say. Now, Meyer's still part of the 51 like last season. However, now finally in the 5-1 and not being in the 0-5-1 because of Austin Monville there. Meyer, looking forward to see what he can do with now the 51 aboard. Just the main thing though with Meyer though is that he also was in a bit of a bad slump there and just couldn't get out of that problem drought there. But Meyer, like you say, during one of the Neuro days, one of the better drivers there. So we'll see what Meyer can do. Currently 9th on the board in the speed charts. And behind, Andres Baranskis. And I'll tell you what, that probably was the biggest surprise driver last season, hands down. I mean, there was no doubt about it. Baranskis, not many people expected a lot out of her. Currently 3rd on the board right now, so still showing the promise from last season. Now, Baranskis did win, I want to say 2 races. Definitely won at Ireland, and I don't remember off the top of my head where she won a 2nd race, but she did win 2 races, though. But Baranskis, full head of steam. Can she continue her success like last season? We'll find out when that green flag drops in the first race of the season. And not too far behind is the other Napa car. That is Shane Lake, which actually I want to see. Is it? Yeah, it is also off place. Oh, wow, that's not good there. Shane Lake, though, making his debut in this series. Now, he's a part also of the T-Mobile Cup Series, but will be only making an Xfinity there because he's not signed up in the Trucks or the Cup. But Lake has told me he is definitely going to be leading this team in Xfinity. He's one of the older guys on the team, but still making his rookie debut nonetheless, though. So we'll see what will happen when that green flag drops. I'm looking forward to see what Shane Lake can do. Lake, by the way,
Lake's in Trucks.
He is in Trucks? Oh, never mind.
21. In the 21 truck.
Thank you very much on that note. And currently has a win in T-Mobile, so that's good to know for the 17. And that's so far, I think that's about everyone here as we're looking through here. Oh, we'll get to Emmanuel Harden when he comes off pit road. Oh, nope, here he is. Kyle Matthews in the 62 in the South Point Chevrolet. Back in the 62 after being away one season when Dylan Thoreau took aboard. Now Kyle back in his very familiar South Point Chevrolet. Last season he drove the 5 car where he actually won a race, but made the chase, did well, and then kind of fell apart toward the very end. So
just had a quiet season.
It was a little quiet, but then when the chase time came, he was consistent until the last set of races came in and then just fell apart. So Kyle's looking to forget about that final run of the chase and looking to see if he can continue that momentum like he did last season. We got about less than 6 minutes to go, so we're going to put our ticker up on the board right now. Currently slowest is Kate Anderson. The fastest still, Ember Ross with a 47.234. And then the slowest currently is Kate Anderson with a 48.561. As you noticed, too, some cars are also not being in the pack.
So the trucks are really quick. Wow.
Probably because of the ratings, too, at times. Probably have a rating there. So I guess if he's still up, there he is. Now, Emmanuel Hardnick currently 4th on the board. Hardnick has never been in any other NRSL start before. He's been in many series in the NSCRA and others outside of here. I believe also in NASCAR and I believe Neymar and somewhere else too. But Emmanuel Hart will be making his NRSL debut this season in Xfinity, and I don't think he's a part of Trucks.
I don't think so either, no.
So it's only Xfinity for him. But I'll tell you what, though, very surprising move to sign with the rookie right here. He's never made an NRSL start. Now, he's in T-Mobile as well, driving the 01. However, no win for Emmanuel Hartnett yet. So we'll see what Hartnett could do. A lot of pressure. As we have covered all 18 drivers that are currently in this field, and we're going to find the fastest driver real quick. There's currently second fastest, Craig William Carter. So ironically, we're going to have 3 Napa cars right there. So there's Ember Ross in 18.
No, he's not.
Nope, he's not. I figured.
Nope.
And let's see if Anderson improved her time right here. Yes, she did. Now 15th on the board. The current slowest is R.J. Bishop. So Bishop not showing any promise right now. Looks like Second Keith's got 3 of its cars all lined up here. That's Kyle Keith in the 24, Anderson in the 42, and Pritchard in the 3. And if you look where the others are at, if you're wondering where, Ace Rogers is coming off of turn 1. He's quite a distance behind. And also...
That's it.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Oh, that must be it then. Oh, here it is. William Carter. He's in turn 1 as well in a 4-car pack. This is actually good for William Carter, Flickinger, well, both the Flickingers, and Caudle. Wow, that's crazy. Both the Flickinger cars are in this pack.
That's what they were like that in the truck practice too. They were right there with each other.
Isn't that ironic?
Oh man.
Right now, separating the man in the middle is Chandler Caudle right there, but I'm telling you, Flickinger likes to stay with his brother. I mean, that's what it is. I think it's just that brotherly love type of thing. You know, stay on track together, work together, and now you're going to be doing what you can. Now, let's see. And look at the difference between... Oh, wow. Anderson jumped to second.
That's
Holy
not
cow.
surprising after the cup practice. Jeez.
And look who she's catching up. That's Shane Lake and Emmanuel Hartnett.
He's going to get a good run here with this pack.
And they get Baranskis if letting up, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No, she's going to get a good lap here. This is going to put her at the top of the chart, most likely.
Let's see what that speed is at the line. 47.447, kind of getting that dirty air at the moment. Now these 3 cars are going to get into that pack formation. For a minute, I thought they were going to go 3 wide, but they're going to settle out right now.
That's the biggest pack we've seen today.
And minus the 4-car pack that was going on here with the Napa cars and the Flickinger brothers. Let's see what they get when they cross the line right here. I don't think it's going to really change a whole lot here, but let's
They're saying it's single
here.
file, though. Let's see here.
48.097.
No.
Not a whole lot. Let's see what these guys right here. Now, we got about less than 2.5 minutes in the practice session. This is going to be an interesting lap right here. Let's see when they cross the stripe here. Anderson, though, getting her best lap in, though. That's really good how she changed from 15th to 2nd. Actually slower. However, these guys in this pack, they really gained some momentum, with the exception of Shane Lake. Every single one of these guys got in the top 10 because of that.
Yeah, I just don't know what's up with those Dodges, man. That's really quick.
Yeah, the Dodgers are looking really, really good so far. And I don't know what William Carter's deciding here, why he's running away from these guys here. Normally, if you want to get a fast lap, you got to stick with them. And right now, these guys, they're not making their laps there. They're kind of hanging around there. So mainly that big pack right there is the one that's making laps, and they're going 3 wide right here. No indication of coming down pit road. So for right now, the moment, Ember Ross has got the fastest lap, only separated by 7/1,000ths of a second to Kate Anderson. See if anyone's changed the bottom. No, but Shane Lake has moved up only 1 spot.
Ooh, that was contact. That was contact.
I've seen that too. Lake ran his fastest lap, but I guess Meyer and others, they're starting to get their fastest lap in there.
He's going to get a good lap here. These guys are going 2-3 wide in front of him, and he's going to get a good draft.
Ready to go on board the 7 here.
Yeah, he's going to get a good suck up here.
Yeah, this is where he's going to get that run. He's going to follow Emmanuel Hartnett right there, and then hopefully he can get a really good lap in here, but he's not getting that speed to where he's going to suck up the bumper. That's the part where I'm surprised. Let's see if he's going to get it this lap time right here.
Well, you got to remember, Dylan, this is a whole different package than last year. Look at the spoiler. It's a lot smaller than last season.
It's up to 11, so a little bit better, but not a whole lot.
It's a lot smaller spoiler, Dylan.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
That's what's making this a lot tougher for these guys to suck up.
So we got 10 seconds until the practice session is over, so what's going to happen is these guys are going to hit the stripe and finish up their lap. So when they basically, once that countdown expires, they're going to finish up the last lap they got. So William Carter and just Caudle Flickinger, they're going to finish up there. I don't know about William. I think he missed out. Ross, that's her final lap right there. What about these guys? Are they going to get anything better?
So I'm going to back off here. Nope, they're going to keep going at it. See what these laps are. I don't think it's going to improve much.
Nope, not a whole lot.
Nope. I think that's going to be it.
Yep. So we're going to show you in the pause right here, and this is the way how they look. So there you go. Ember Ross, your fastest. Anderson second. William Carter third. Pritchard fourth. Kyle Keith fifth. Baranskis, Hartnett, Sokoli, Flickinger, Lake, Cole, Zach Flickinger, Caudill, Ace Rogers, William Brock, Connor Meyer, Kyle Matthews, RJ Bishop. And that'll do Xfinity testing session number 1. So we're going to go from this one right here, and we're going to head on over to later on for the next thing that'll take place here. So we'll see what will happen. T-Mobile will be coming up pretty soon. So thank you guys for watching. Kyle, thank you as well for joining.
No problems. No, man.
So we'll see you guys later. Until then, peace out.